YouTube channel Bebcorp Harper. Are we live on the Instagram? Let's see. Looks like we're live on Instagram. We have microphone. Both microphones are working. That is way. Welcome to Saturday Night Jaw Harp Live, where we are playing jaw harp and jaw harp style musical instruments from around the world. I've been trying to practice my melodic scales, and I've been really getting some good information from the Saturday or Tuesday night jaw harp melodic group with Mark Groudon. So I've been practicing these scales, trying to repeat do 8 times, re 8 times, mi 8 times. It's a spectrum, or it's a scale of equal intonation, not equal temperance like what a musical instrument like a piano is, because we're just creating a bunch of different overtones. I found that it's really been helping me to zero in on the actual sound I'm making, because a lot of the times in our jaw harp play, what we're thinking in our head, all the different tones that we're using, we may not be reproducing. We may just be reproducing them in our head. So I've been working on my scales, repeating sometimes 8 times per tone, going up a steady scale of 8 steps, doing a whole like octave, if we can say that correctly. And it's really been helping my play and my improvisation and the sound of it. Z says, my 6-year-old Lily says hi. Oh, hi, Lily. Hello. Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by Saturday Night Jaw Harp Live. And there, I think I'm only using 3 different tones. It's like a do and a re and a mi. It's do, do. So yeah, there's a do, do, a re, and a mi, and then I fall back down. And like my do, the do that I made, that I'm breathing. Oh, TDS Harper, hello. Aunt Joanne Leclerc, hello. What's up? 123 says, I'm about to get a tenor Austrian jaw harp. Toy harp. Is it okay jaw harp to start with? Because I'm going to have the Chancellor on Christmas. It may be okay. Some of them, like the Austrian jaw harps, you're way better off with the Austrian jaw harp than you are with like the Snoopy. One cheap mass-produced harp I found, and you'll see the unboxing come up, is the Schwartz Sound of Magic. I thought this was a plastic harp. I thought it was going to be absolute garbage. The gaps on it aren't horribly big like a Snoopy, but you get good overtones out of it. Yeah, the only thing I knock it on is it's got training wheels on it. Essentially, it's a closed frame at the end. It's got a bridge on the end, so you can't over compress it. So when you go from like a non-compressible frame to a compressible frame, there's going to be some adjustment. So it's kind of like riding like with training wheels. But the overtones coming off the Sound of Magic jaw harp, which looks like a plastic jaw harp, it's not. It's actual steel, actual spring steel. Not bad. So if you can find that one, I would suggest that one over like a Snoopy or over or over the Austrian harp. But you might get the Austrian harp and find that's great for building your tone. And you're going to get good at reinforcing the sound if you play a completely non-saturated, really quiet harp. So once I started playing really quieter harps, like I play a lot of Van Dirac, Drimba, which aren't super loud, you get really good at making strong sound because you have to. But like when you jump right in and your first harp's a Glaserim, you don't have to make a Glaserim loud because that thing screams no matter what you do. So there's an advantage in the harp you started on. I'd say when your Austrian harp arrives, see how you like it, see how it plays, and work with it. Oh, Boxcar Bets, how you doing? What's shaking? Oh, I got a new Rick and Morty shirt. I absolutely love the show Rick and Morty. Yeah, it's not a show for kids. It's not a show that me and my 6-year-old son watch, but it is a really great show by Adult Swim. Let's see. Let's play a Van Dirac. Oh, that one's bent. I have a really good Van Dirac Drimba here. And we're going to be having a lot of harps coming before Christmas and arriving before Christmas at theharpery.com. Here's the Van Dirac. Here's one that I'm talking about. These aren't super loud. I like playing them when my son's falling asleep. Yeah, I like the Rick and Morty. Let's see if I can do that same thing. Do, 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 re, 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 me, 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 me. I'm not much of a singer, but I've been practicing my singing because the melodic techniques, you got to have the ear and you got to know what tone you're producing. Oh, I went back down. Do, 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 re, 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 me, 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 fee, 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 fee. I think in normal singing it's fa, but with an equal intonation scale, it's fee. Can I keep going? Do, re, mi, fi, so, la. Oh, I messed up. You can hear. I went up one, do, re, mi, re. Yeah. So this is me. This part of my journey in the jaw harp, I'm really gonna try to focus in on what exactly tone I'm playing, because when I was practicing it last night, I was practicing over and over and over again the last 2 nights, reproducing a tone 8 times, then going the next step up, because your do is open. You're either breathing in or breathing out. Your re is closed tone, your mi is open tone, your fi is closed tone. So as you go up this scale of equal intonation, you have open, closed. Let's see what we called. We got open, closed, open, closed, open, closed. So it goes up like that. So each step is one in between an open and a close. And a big thanks to the Jaw Harp Meet Group, the Melodic Players Group with Mark Groudon. So it's really been opening me up. I'm not a fantastic melodic player. I don't really do much melodic playing, but my melodic improvisation is getting better. I wish I had my Munarp over here. Ooh, here's something. Let's play one higher pitch. This is Dernovoy made this. I don't know if he's ever made another one, but it was his regular Drimba shape with the hook trigger. They're just like I would say like the Van Dirac, is gap pretty decently tight, not super loud, but like the Dernovoy, it's like a super Drimba. It really is melodic too. And I've even been doing scales on. I've been playing a lot of the Zalagi Blackfire because I'm like when I've been practicing strokes in both directions. I've been practicing some like stuttering of plucks on the jaw harp, and I really don't want to do that on my super expensive Vargan and Drimba. Um, like the Zalagi Blackfire, they have good sound. They're loud, and most of them you can hammer on them fairly well because they have a bent trigger, which is nice for sliding down. There's no big loop or hook to catch on. Brett Ray says you're supposed to play that drunk. No, I like on Sunday night you'll see me drink one beer while I'm playing this. Instrument on Sunday night, Jaw Harp Live. But I used to drink beer and play my Glasrent Star super fast. I've about knocked some teeth or chipped some teeth doing that because the Glasrent, see the trigger shape here. We have this spiral, but there's also this area under it. So I would play it as fast again, just, drinking beers, a few beers deep, playing it as fast as I could. And then if you catch it right here on an angle, it'll pull the harp away from your teeth and go, bam. It'll, like, that hurt my face even to slap it. Bam. It'll slap you right in the teeth. And I stop. I was like, oh my gosh, did I just chip a tooth? So I'm feeling around. No, I didn't chip a tooth. So knock on wood, never chipped a tooth. So if you're going to play harps fast in and out, really know what you're doing if you're going to be playing a Glasrent fast and out, or just play a harp with a hook trigger or a bent trigger. Because if you do make that mistake of crossing across hard and striking it deep here, there's not much of a shelf for your finger to stop on, and there's a lot of give, so you'll end up sliding past it. There I'm hitting it clear across this way, which I shouldn't do anyways, but if I can do that without much fear. Now with a Glasrent, if I hit it hard out there, see what happens to the harp? Thap, thap, thap. That's a heavy spring. Yeah, so you got to be careful if you're playing a harp and you're drinking. So if you couldn't ride a bicycle safely, then you could drinking. Then you probably couldn't play a jaw harp safely drinking if you're drinking heavy. So if you're drinking heavy, put the jaw harp down. How can I make the Glasrent louder? I feel like I didn't unlock its full potential yet. Okay. This is where String Monk, that is a really good question because this is where it falls back on what I was talking about earlier, that the Glasrent don't encourage you to make like the best mouth shapes and the best shapes of your mouth to manipulate the sound and to make it louder. So if you play, what I would suggest is if you want your Glasrent to play louder, play quiet harps. Put your Glasrent down. Glasrent are loud, buzzy things. They're and that's nice too. There's a lot of drip to Glasrent, if I can use the word drip correctly, or like drippy saturation. Go put your Glasrent down for a bit and play yourself something completely non-saturated and not loud, like a Van Drak Drimba or some of the quieter Morchung or like a Zalagi River, which is a great beginner harp because they're set up tight enough to make really good sound, but they're not super loud and they're really comfortable because they're not real plucky. There's not a lot of stiffness to the trigger, bent trigger, so you can pluck it in both directions. And there's actually good melodic note here. The Chancellor's not on sale on your friend's website. No more where else I can get it. He probably still has some left. I would email theharpery@gmail.com or I'll get on Porky Miller to make sure the Chancellor get on there. But right now, most of the harps sold on the harpery.com website are going to be the River, which we just sold out of, and I've got more coming. Aaron made like 20 more. The Blackfire, which are a staple for me, and the New Siberia, but we're going to eventually get them all put on there, but there's like probably like in between 40 and 50 and 60 different styles of Glasrent, so they have a deep variety. So we want to get like flagship stuff like the Zalagi Blackfires because people always like those, and I take these too. I'm not going to the Walnut Valley Festival this year, but when I would go, I'd take these with me because they really cut through those Chancellor and the River. Oh, I just put the harp in my mouth backward. But yeah, I would suggest playing a quieter harp. String Monk says I can play the melodic ones pretty loud, but Glazerin is just so much harder. Okay. Which Glazerin do you have? Because some Glazerin are really quiet. Glazerin Mongol, really quiet. The swords really can be anywhere from really quiet to fairly quiet. Some of the laminated front ones are quieter. And every once in a while, you'll get, like I got my first Compass. I didn't think the Compass were very good because I just got one that was discounted off, I think, Amazon or eBay. And I think it was Amazon. I got it for $9. And the gaps are actually bigger on it. So it's not a proper representation of the normal Glazerin. But yeah, the River are pretty melodic, where the couple that I've got in my collection are. And they're you can play them for long periods of time because there's not much stiffness there. So yeah, that's what I suggest to beginners. Boxer says I have the Glazerin Warrior and it's crazy loud. Yeah, some of the Glazerin are really loud. Phantoms can be really loud. A bunch of them. I've got an Alpha that's pretty loud. Yeah, I gotta play that Blackfire. I've been playing the Blackfire for several days. I really concentrated on my A1 Blackfire the past 2 weekends. Well, last weekend I didn't get much play in. Last weekend I think that I had COVID from a coworker, but yeah. So my last weekend I did play every night for a few nights, but I struggled to be able to maintain the breathing patterns. It wasn't actually until like Sunday night till I started to get my breathing back. The biggest djembe you played looks very dangerous. It looks like it will knock my teeth out. Which ones? Like, careful on big harps with stiff reeds or harps with stiff reeds in general. But yeah, this is a Durombe, A1. This one was made by Aaron Zalagi. I've got a lot in my collection made by Zoltan, his dad, but this one was made by Aaron. The Aaron Zalagi ones, the reeds are a little bit wider. They're a little bit chunkier. But they are playing nice, and the newer ones he's sending play even nicer. What am I doing there? It's but they're coming in out. There we go. That double breath there. Granosh says giggity. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's kind of a giggity noise. String Monk says, mine's a lighthouse. The review videos are pretty loud, so it's probably just me. Well, also, how deep of a lighthouse do you go? My lighthouse, what is this? This is probably around G1 or A1. If they're the higher pitched lighthouses are a little bit louder as you get down, as you get into the 1 octave, reeds start getting pretty flexible. Lots of counterweight gets applied here. So if you got a really deep lighthouse, it's going to be quieter than the more lower mid-range ones. Oh, let's see. A1 Blackfire Durombe. Lighthouse. Yeah, Lighthouse is probably a step deeper. That'd be a G1 sharpish, maybe. Got a drippiness to it. Blackfire. It's got a better bell ring to that. A little bit lower, a little bit wider. What's up? 123 says the koshian. Are you supposed to put it in your lips or between the teeth? These are good questions. Another gold star for you for asking good question. Okay, let's check it out. Oh my gosh. How are we 20 minutes already? I thought I was like 3 or 4 minutes deep into this video. Okay, we'll answer the one question about the koshian. And thank you to Spawn Deluxe, who came on my TikTok and corrected me on the proper pronunciation, of the Mandarin pronunciation of the koshian. Because I was like, this is the koshian, but it's koshian. And to say that, you say it like you say the word Dalmatian, koshian. And the koshian are held in front of the lips. I make my mouth a little bit bigger, and I kind of like float it off a little bit, because you put your lips on it, it dampens it. Keep it floating off your mouth. Anthony Martucci says, I loved playing, but my front teeth started to become loose and wiggle, and my dentist said to stop it. I miss it. Well, I fully support exactly what your dentist said. However, you can still play the jaw harp, pretty much any jaw harp, without putting it on your teeth with this little hack. Some jaw harps are made to be played against the lips. However, you can take, this is a regular sliding bar clamp, because see what happens. I'm going to play a Glouser and Star. Like, if you're going to do this, I'd start off, buy a Glouser and Star, spend $5 on one of these clampies. See, because it needs to counteract, it needs to not have its vibration counteract. So when we pluck it, when it's not braced up against something, look what happens. Reed moves, frame moves. Reed's moving this way, it pulls the frame this way. Reed's moving this way, pulls the frame this way. So the vibrations cancel out very, very quickly. When you brace it up against your teeth, it can ring out. Or I hold it on the table, it's able to ring out. When I pluck it like this, the vibration counteracts it. So I asked him, like, Waylon Harmon, how do we get around this? He's like, weight. It needs more weight. So I'm like, oh, well, we can brace it. And I'm just going to put it on the decorative portion of it. And then tighten it down. Don't tighten it too much. You don't want to warp your jaw frame. And now look, it literally rings out. Now up against the lips. You can play almost any harp like that. However, a lot of your frames on your jaw harps, you're not going to want to clamp directly on a frame like this. It's going to bend it. It's going to mess the sound up. It's going to mess the way it creates waves. So what you're going to do is get yourself 2 pieces of shim wood, 2 thin pieces of wood, and then sandwich it right in between there and just barely tighten it down. And this harp will ring out the same as the other one. Anyways, we're going to wrap it up with that. I'm just going to lip play this harp here. We're going to wrap it up with that. Thank you to everyone for so many great questions. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all, many of you, tomorrow for Sunday Night Jaw Harp Live, and then I'll see you next Saturday for Saturday Night Jaw Harp Live. Because, yeah, 8 p.m. Central Time is when I do Saturday night uploads. That's Central U.S. time, 8 p.m. And then on Sunday night, I do 8 p.m. Central U.S. time on TikTok at Jaw the Harp and on the Harpery YouTube. Anyways, I love y'all. Harp out. And we got some cool content coming up. Got some cool harps coming in. Got some harp fixes. It's gonna be the way. Would you recommend the Glouser and Arias for first jaw harp? Yeah, Glouser and Ari, if you can find it affordably, because the war between Russia and Ukraine has made it hard because of sanctions. They're oftentimes harder and more expensive to get. So yeah, if you can find a Glouser and Aria for low dollar. Or like not $100. They used to be like 20 some. If you can find a decent price on them, yeah, buy it. And this is me lip playing the harp. It's not touching my teeth. I would comment too, with the harp playing on my lips, I can hear more of what I'm doing without feeling it as much. Oftentimes when I'm playing the jaw harp, and I talked about this before, where you think you're playing different tones and varying more, and you're just doing more open close in like one or two or three different tones. But when I was playing it on my lips, I didn't have it reverberating through my jawbone as much, so I could actually physically hear the harp more. So it did change the experience of playing. I love y'all. Harp out. Oh, that it changed the way that I bring my lips off, because oftentimes you'll see me when I'm tooth playing the harp. But when it's floating on your lips, you can't really do that. So I was keeping my bottom lip in, and I was just bringing the top lip off there. So pretty much anything I'm doing on the jaw harp on my teeth, if I counterweight it, I can get it off my lips. So the guy who commented that his tooth had loosened, keep playing the harp, dude. Just listen to your dentist. Yeah, the Glasern are Russia. I think Dimitri's out of Snezinks, and I know I'm not saying that correctly. Love y'all. Harp out. See you next Sunday or Saturday or whatever day we go live for at nighttime jaw harp live in the morning.com.